Aaliyah, can you just describe what this means, given what this team has been through this year, and those thoughts that went through your head as the confetti was pouring down and you just reflected on this season?
I mean, it means a lot. We put a lot into practice and everything we went through this season, all the struggles, and to still kind of come out with the same outcome that we wanted to coming into the season is amazing, and it just speaks to the character in our team. But I know we speak a lot as players on how much we rely on one another, but we couldn't have done this without Coach and the rest of the coaching staff. You know, they really stuck with us, and even through the struggles and challenges, they believed in us, and they still were there when we took the L's, but they're even more there when we took the dubs, and it feels so much better to be celebrating a win with them.
We'll go front row, Tim.
For Aaliyah and Dorka in particular, Villanova had 10 offensive rebounds on you guys early in the game. What really changed in the rebounding mindset to, get even and then score the points in the paint that you did and just dominate in that area?
We'll start with Dorka first, and then we'll go to Aaliyah.
Yeah, I mean, I think kind of we took that personally in the beginning. We just kind of try to figure out, how to, help each other and also find out a way to box them out. And obviously in the beginning of the game, we were not very successful with that. So, I think there was an emphasis put on that we have to, get the defensive rebounds and box out. And I think, as the game went on, we took advantage of that and just kept pushing the ball and, get some easy post-ups and easy scores in the paints. But that's just a quick, switch of mindset and just be more physical and find a person to box out.
Yeah, everything that Dee mentioned, I think that, we knew that they were going to go on a run, and, that happened, but we knew that we were going to bounce back and be able to converge off their turnovers or off our defensive stops.
We got Dom here in the front row, and then we'll move to the third row.
Lee, I'll ask you because you've been here the longest, but when Coach said the things that he said last week, essentially that he didn't want to hear any more talk about fatigue or injuries or those things, that he wanted that discussion to kind of go away. How did the team take that? How did you respond to that? How did the team respond to that?
I think that we responded well, given what we did tonight. I think that we knew going into postseason it's going to be harder games. We were playing all the teams that we've matched up against the whole season. We just really had to lock in and come in with an aggressive mindset that we knew that we want to get the job done here so that we can move on into our next, postseason win.
You're in the third row.
Lou, this was your first Big East tournament. What emotions were going through your head when the confetti fell, and then what does this championship mean to you?
It feels special, winning one conference championship last year and then another conference this year, a year apart. It feels really special, doing with this group of girls here. They just, right from the beginning we had a great chemistry, and they just included me really well in the team. And I think that all the hard work that we had and all the struggles and the challenges that we've been through during the whole year, it's just really rewarding, and it just feels special to do it with my teammates, the whole coaching staff, for my first and only year here, and I'm just really happy.
Right here in the same area, one seat over.
Dork of a third quarter that you guys were able to have, just coming out in the way you guys were playing offensively. Just what was that mindset coming out of the locker room, and then to see AZ knock down those three-pointers there in that quarter? Just how good was that to see her get those to fall?
Yeah, I mean, I think just coming out of the locker room, we had that mindset of Villanova is a really good team. I mean, they showed that they can come back from being down a lot. So we just wanted to make sure that we come out really strong and just in that first few minutes get some easy buckets, get some stops. And I mean, it happened. I just felt like our flow was really good. And, we knew that if AZ misses a lot of shots in the first half, it's going to go in the second half, and it was nice to see her, smile when that first shot go through. And after that, we know it's just going to fall for her. But, it's good to have her back. I mean, she's just, even if obviously not scoring a lot of points, she's still putting a lot of, effect into our offense. You can't leave her open. It gives us spacing in the paint, getting a lot of paint points, and she's just always being involved, and I mean, and also in the defensive end, you know, she's making a difference. So her and Carol, you know, having them back has been amazing. Just having all 10 players is really special. I mean, and this is the perfect timing to, you know, have our whole team back. So I'm excited to see how we're going forward.
Right here in the third row.
Every win you guys had this game, this goes to anyone who wants to answer, but you guys had all these wins in double-digit figures. How do you maintain this assertiveness heading into the NCAA tournament?
Who wants to take that one?
I think that those last 3 games kind of reflect on what team we can really be, and you know, I think the beginning of the year that's the UConn that we were, and even though it was, you know, last couple weeks were pretty rough for us, we still found a way to overcome all of that, and you know, find a way to find a solution during this tournament. And I think that's the real team that we can be, and we're gonna bring the same team during the NC tournament and having the same mindset.
We'll go all the way in the back here.
Dorka, as someone who works with Aaliyah every day in games and elsewhere, what kind of pride do you take in seeing what she's done this season and what she did the last 3 days here at this tournament?
Yeah, I mean, we're super proud of her. You know, I think the whole season, you know, she's been carrying us, and I just remember, you know, even last year when the tournament came, like, there are different, Aaliyah came out to play, you know. I remember the last year's biggest tournament, she was just unstoppable, and I had no doubt that she's gonna be unstoppable again. And I mean, she's just playing like an All-American, and we're super happy to have her, and she's been our leader this whole season, and she's just keep going, man. And I think, you know, we're all really proud of her, and this is just the player who's she been, you know. And obviously, it's just her confidence is out the roof, you know, and that's just we're just so happy to see that. And I mean, she's a nightmare, you know, on offense and defense, and she's been leading us the whole time.
Right here in the front.
Aaliyah, you did struggle a little bit personally in February. What was the weight of this season kind of getting to you and carrying the team for a while, and what happened? I mean, you have refocused now, and it seems like the dominant Aaliyah is back. Was there something that changed? Did you just need some time to regather yourself?
I just think that, you know, with everything that was going on in the season, you know, as a team, we were just going through different things, different bumps and bruises, but I just wasn't very consistent during that time period. But, you know, I knew that I was going to get it back, and the kind of player I am, I know that I'm kind of resilient in that way, and my teammates, you know, carried me and gave me the confidence. And, you know, we're in March, so I knew that I had to step back up, and I think everyone's stepping up right now, and we're all producing, either that's offensively or defensively, and it shows that we can be a really great team when we want to be.
Okay. Last question here for the athletes in the third row.
Aaliyah, just the way that you've been able to defend Maddie Segrest all season long and other players throughout the year, where do you think you've grown the most in the defensive end, and how has that kind of factored into the great season you've had?
I think it's kudos to the coaching staff with the scouting reports. You know, we really lock in, making sure that defensively we're disciplined. You know, Maddie's a great player, so it was a tough assignment, but I knew that if I got beat, you know, my teammates were here on the back end helping me out. So I think it was a great team effort. You know, we've been able to stop a lot of great players throughout the season, so we just got to continue that so that we could produce offensively and be successful.